I don't know how many of you, in the course of your education in the younger years, had to learn the Gettysburg Address. But when I was a young boy, it was required that every person, and I forgot which age that was as far as the time of school, what year it would have been. But most all young people at that time were required to learn this Gettysburg Address. It was only, the speech that Abraham Lincoln gave was only about 2 minutes long, but it presented a lot of important information, and by young people learning, having to learn the Gettysburg Address, it instilled within them something of great importance about our nation. That first sentence of the Gettysburg Address reads, "Fourscore and 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal." Now, we learn a lot about that in regard to the entire address. We learn many important things about our country, about our nation, things that are important, should be still important to us even today. And the same thing is true whenever we partake of the Lord's Supper. We remember certain things, and every time that we partake, every first day of the week, when we partake of it, we need to remember the words of the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, where he said, "For I received from the Lord that which I also delivered to you, that the Lord Jesus, on the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, 'Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me.' In the same manner, he also took the cup after supper, saying, 'This is the cup of the new covenant in my blood. This do as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as we eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes.'" And we probably don't think about this, the idea of remembering exactly what the Lord did for us. But instinctively, as we partake of these elements and the comments that are made from time to time to prepare our minds for the Lord's Supper, and then realizing what the Bible teaches about these elements, the bread and the fruit of the vine, that they are important. They're simple, but they're very important. The bread represents his body, and the fruit of the vine represents his blood that was shed for you and me. So when we partake of these things, these elements, every first day of the week, we remember what the Lord has done for us. And remembering that, it needs to be something that we conform our life to and determine that we're going to serve him for what he has done for us. Let's remember these things at this time.